getting back to this issue with the VA, Doug Collins is quoted as saying, first off, no matter what, there will be no changes, or no changes will result in cuts to health care or benefits to veterans and VA beneficiaries. Actually, the care is getting better. In just 1 month, they've serviced more more vets than prior administrations. He goes on to say, quote, the VA will always fulfill its duty to provide veterans, families, caregivers, and survivors the health care and benefits they have earned. That's a promise. And while we conduct our review, the VA will continue to hire for more than 300,000 mission critical. That's an important term. Mission critical positions to ensure health care and benefits for VA beneficiaries are not impacted, he says. He goes on to say there are many people complaining about the changes we're making at the VA. But what most of them are really saying is, let's just keep doing the same thing the VA has always done. And he says, no, not going to happen. The days of kicking the can down the road and measuring VA's progress, I love this, by how much money it spends and how many people it employs rather than how many veterans it helps are over. This is a man on a mission. I love this. He talks about one example. He goes on, we're conducting a comprehensive review of the VA's 90,000 contracts, which are worth more than $67 billion, he said, revealing that after reviewing, again, just 2% of those contracts, they were able to cancel nearly 600 non-mission critical or duplicative agreements that will save the department roughly $900 million. Guys, duplication is a big problem in the Department of Defense, obviously in Veterans Affairs, as we're learning. All right, so there's some things that can be cut, and if you get rid of the duplication, you can use that extra money to build up the military, build ships, build submarines like we need, and in this case, really help the veterans. Instead of having all of this overhead by people that don't need to be there servicing non-critical missions. All right, he goes on to say, just imagine how much more we'll be able to save after we review the rest of the VA contracts. The money we're saving by eliminating non-duplicative contracts is money we're going to redirect to veteran-facing healthcare benefits and services, resulting in massive improvements in customer service and convenience. You've never heard customer service. That term aligned with the VA. You're hearing it now. He says, we regret anyone who loses their job. It's extraordinarily difficult for me, especially as a VA leader and your secretary, to make these types of decisions. But the federal government does not exist to employ people. It exists to serve people at the VA. He goes on to say, we are focused on serving veterans better than ever before, and doing so requires changing and improving the organization. And then he identified the bureaucracy as the number one issue getting in the way of veterans' care. He's not going to have it. He says, quote, as I have said before, we owe American veterans and hundreds of thousands of amazing employees solutions. And mark my words, that is what we will deliver, close quote. Kudos to Doug Collins, taking care of our vets, the men and women that go out and serve this country, the men and women that fight to keep America safe. The least we can do is when they get back, make sure that we provide them excellent service, excellent care. We haven't been doing that, so forgive us for that. It sounds like we've got a man that wants to make that right, and I'm so happy about it. Hey guys, click here to subscribe to the Carl Jackson Show YouTube channel for all of my commentary and latest political analysis. Do not miss an episode. The Carl Jackson Show on YouTube. Subscribe now.